Howdy folks, Nathan Adlin here with the Fast Lane Car, and I'm in lovely Hollister, California. I have an opportunity to drive the 2015 Jeep Renegade Trailhawk. That means I get to do red meat badass things and go off-road right here, and that's coming up next. As you can see here, the water and mud came up to about there, about a foot, but it could go through probably twice as much, I'm guessing. I'll have to find that out soon. It did great off-road. I've been on this trail before with a full-blown Grand Cherokee, and this kept up with anything that would have done. There is one thing though, this mud, they pay top dollar for it over in the East Coast. I should bring some over there. This is not the hardest off-road trail on the planet, but I've done this very same trail with the Cherokee. Oh no, I'm sorry, the Grand Cherokee. And yeah, it definitely had some angles that were just right. Fortunately, unlike a lot of crossovers today, the rear glass isn't squashed down, so there's some really good glass to see out of as well. Now finally, the rest of the interior is very comfortable and easy to reach knobs and turn dials. Really, really well laid out. Just enough to lift wheels, to test suspensions, to make it difficult to go up and down hills. Right now I'm on basically what are whoop-de-doos. And lifted a wheel, no big deal. It's very tight. That dude has the coolest beard ever.
He does.
There we go. Thanks.
Yeah, you bet.
I have a reputation for occasionally breaking things, and I don't want to make that a stigma. So rather than piss everybody off, I do listen to what they say, especially off-road, and it's important to do that. Thumbs up for good driving. The base price for the Trailhawk is $25,995, and this one fully loaded, not fully loaded, nearly fully loaded, is $30,245. All right. Yeah. That was about a foot of water, no big deal. Behind the second row, you have 18.5 cubic feet of space, and in the Trailhawk, full-size spare tire. Now, if you fold down the seats, maximum cargo room is 50.8 cubic feet. I'm paying attention to the guy in front of me. So there's hill descent control and some other things. I'm going to be testing those in just a moment. And then there's a rotating knob down there that you can also select certain things, kind of fine tune it. Sure, they're going to get well over 30 miles per gallon on the highway, but that's all they could tell us for sure. So you'll have to wait for actual mileage to come out, and we'll definitely have it on our website, tflcar.com. Wow, a little bit of a white knuckle thing. There we go, but no problem. I can name 20 vehicles that would have already bottomed out, or at the very least destroyed their skid plate just on that. Now I'm lifting wheels big time. Oh, that's way up there. Awesome. There we go. Cool. It's whenever the wheels slip, they just rotate slightly. Thank you so much.
No problem, sir.
And as they rotate, the wheels that have the grip really dig in and start pushing. There we go. Now up, and it's a pretty steep hill actually. And see, it's losing a little bit of traction, but then I could feel the brakes kick in and it sends the power to another wheel as it's gripping, which is terrific. Now, from the back, you really can't tell that much except for the badging. And the badging would either say Sport or Latitude or Limited or Trailhawk. But when you move forward and look at the front end, then you can see definitely with the lower lip, it's entirely different, because if you look at the Trailhawk, you have two very bright red tow hooks, and there's a lot more room for approach angle. It's not easy to build a vehicle that appeals to men and women, children and old people, Roman, but I think they came pretty close with designing this because, yeah, it looks kind of funny right now and kind of happy. It looks like it should have Mickey Mouse ears, but get it dirty, start bouncing around with it, and it looks kind of cool. A little tiny bit badass. Not too bad. It really doesn't feel like it's straining. There's more than enough power to make this thing go. I'm willing to bet that 1.4 would probably work pretty good on this too, but it makes sense. You want extra torque. You don't want the engine to be screaming going over these obstacles, and right now it's doing just fine. But I will say this, that the 2.4 liter Tiger Shark has more than enough power. It does not run out of breath. I've deliberately flogged it on the way here, and it's actually pretty damn zoomy. This is a 600-pound lighter vehicle than the Jeep Cherokee, the equivalent. And the Jeep Cherokee has this engine in the base model. The approach angle, I'm sure, could be a little better, but as it is, once again, I can't think of another vehicle it competes with directly that has that type of approach angle. Breakover's been really good too. Guys telling me to slow down. Once again, story of my life. There we go. Don't be afraid of acceleration. And just, there we go. Did it. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks. That's so much fun. All we need is a little mouse and some rotating popcorn stand, and it'll feel like Disneyland. Good little Jeep. For the Fastlane Car, this is Nathan Adlin. Don't forget to go to tflcar.com for news, views, and real-world reviews. By the way, if you're wondering about buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it, not going to tell you because we have to get it up to Colorado in order to figure that out. Ciao.